Hello, guys. Welcome to CDE documentaries. You know what we do, CDE Blood documentaries. I want to tell you more about, like I said, the bullying, how it works, and how my day usually goes. Today I went to the mall today. See how it went today. It was okay. I got a couple pictures taken, but it was pretty good. What I wanted to talk to more about today is just the signs of bullying and how it works, and see what people do, and the way you can. I want to give everybody the heads up. I want them to see how this works in the program, okay? How this works is when they see you, I want you to understand this. This is weird. I looked it up on YouTube videos, a black guy on there, and he was saying, it's weird. He said, man, I didn't understand what they were doing, da 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 da, etc., right? And I was like, okay. I'm like, what's his idea? And he's right about what he says. And you can see it you'll see when I'm going to demonstrate some of the stuff he was doing so y'all can understand it a little bit. I'm in my room now, but I'm going to show y'all what's up, how this works. So when they see you and they know your target, they'll do like this. They'll go. And they'll go. And they'll do it in their cars. It's the same routine. This works in the cars too. They do the same thing so people can understand it. That's the way they do. And there's other routines too they do. It's really women. They're weird with the thing. It's kind of crazy the way I see women do it. They'll it's funny. They'll go like this. It's a routine. They'll act like they're in their car. They'll go fix their mirror and they'll do like this and go. And then they'll look, see if they see you still looking, and then they'll go. And then if not, they'll pull up their phone and go. And that's the methods of women. And like I said, I see this in cards. This is men and women, so I can educate people how they do it. Women, that's what they do it. Excuse me. The guys, they're a little different. Guys, they just go. They get their phone out, they go. And that's how they do it. So it's a little different methods they do. It's a weird system. Like I said, it's how they work. It's how they do it. Now lately they changed it up. Now it's more pictures now. I guess that's the new thing now. First it would look like they just gave me the dirty looks and stuff and etc. But now it's the pictures. And I was trying to figure out why they do the pictures because I was trying to figure it out. I'm like, why do they want to take a snapshot of me? But I guess it's not rocket scientist as someone's told me before. I just never thought about it. The thing is, the pictures just to make sure to get it out to more people, so that more people can react the same. So then I don't know what's going on. I'm thinking like, okay, they're putting this on the internet somewhere, so I'm googling it up, googling my name, because that's the first thing I'm thinking. But no, what they're doing is they're just passing on the people, passing on this picture, so then when people see me, they'll know how to react, and they'll tell more people as they go along, and it just spreads, and they want to keep going, and that's how they do it. And it's so sneaky, but the bad part is, like I said, the sneaky part. I mean, it's sneaky, but the bad part is they're doing it without your consent, without you even knowing they took the picture of you. So they're gonna do it sly. So what they do is, that's why it's so hard to catch them. I see it at the mall, seen it everywhere. Today I went to the mall, so I'm proud of myself for getting out there. I feel like a lab rat out there, but I was out there thanks to my family and Shantae and them. And I want to say thank you to them because they got me out there. Because sometimes, like I said, it's harder. Some days it's easier, but I can see it now. What they do is they act like normal and they go. And then they'll pull their phone out real fast. They'll grab their phone and go, let me grab my phone. And they'll go. They'll be doing this and then they'll go. And they go. And then next thing you know, they'll pull it back out, and 5 minutes later, they'll pull it out, and then they're texting somebody, letting them know that they got that picture. That's confirmation that they got you, and let you know that they basically seen you. And they're glad they saw you because now they can go ahead and tell other people without your consent because you didn't know they did that, because that's why they're doing the slide. That's why they don't want you to catch them, because they're doing low stuff and it's dirty and it's grimy, and that's one of the methods they do. So I wanted to put that out there so people can see how that works, and that's why it's so hard to explain to people, because people see it like, oh, okay, they're just on their phone, whatever, it's normal, it's supposed to look normal. The point is they don't want to get caught because they know they're doing something that's dirty, that shouldn't be doing, that's wrong. To anybody. I don't care who out there. That's dirty. That shouldn't be happening. But that's what they do, and that's how they exploit you when they're doing this smear campaign I was telling you about. This is how it's a public smear campaign. This is how it gets around, and this is why it's hard to go to the store, and this is why I get these dirty looks when I go everywhere, because I'm wondering like, why are they looking at me like that? but I understand why. It's what's been told, and then it's that, and it spreads and it spreads and it spreads, and people just spread it to their friends, and they just put it on their phones. So then when they see you, they go, "Oh, it's that guy," and then they go. And that's always the look, and that's how you know when they're doing it. It's so obvious. It's the most obvious thing in the world. That's what makes them kind of ridiculous, because you can see it right there. And now I understand what the dude was talking about in the video, and he's so right. If you don't get to the source in the beginning of this, you can't stop it. That's the bad part. But I'm glad I'm doing this video out here, because maybe I can make a difference in somebody's life somewhere, and they can have to go through what I'm going through every day. To me, it's like Groundhog's Day. It's just a different day. How they're gonna, when they see me, how they're gonna react. And I wait to see the reaction, because all I can do is watch their faces for like 2 minutes, and they'll do it. They'll talk to somebody, like, yeah, what's going on? And they go, and then they'll go, and they'll just keep doing that, and it just gives them away. It's so obvious. It's like point blank and simple, because then I know already that good. They like, oh, it's him. They know it's me. So now they're like, oh, is he gonna do whatever has been told about me? I don't know what it is, and I can't say what it is, unfortunately. I mean, if I knew what it was, it wouldn't even matter, because they'll just flip it, because they take my words and they flip it anyway. No matter what I say, it's probably gonna get flipped. So I'm not gonna. I don't know what. Like I said, I don't know what to say. Whatever it is bad, of course. That's why I'm getting all this attention, and I wish it would stop personally, because I feel like bullying, it shouldn't happen nowhere. Like I said, I'm a grown man. I'm 33 years old. Like I said, I can always put them up, but like I said, you can't beat the world. And if everybody's doing it, unfortunately, as the people say, and the things, you have to turn the other cheeks. But those are signs, and how I can tell when they're doing it, when they're not. Who's doing it, who's not. But it's always usually, those are the signs. And it's usually a lot of people, unfortunately. And I'm sad to see that, especially where I'm at, because I actually like this place, because I like Washington. I really like where I'm at. But when I see that, I just get sad, because it's like, wow, if you even thought something bad about me anyway, at least come talk to me and figure out why you think that. At least I can at least respect that and be like, well, at least you came to me like a man. Hey man, I don't like you because I heard this John said this, or Joe or Amy said, whoever said this and that, but not the coward way of this kind of nonsense, instead of trying to figure out what's up. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's sad. Like I said, if you don't get to the source, like the guy said on the video, like I said again, I'm saying it twice, if you don't get to the source, you can forget it. It just spreads, and you got to get it fast. You better get that source quickly. And I say, stand up to them. Which I did. I did stand up to the source when I did, but it didn't work for me, because once they realized I was standing up, they were like, oh, okay, since you want to stand up, okay, I got you. You're exploring. You're saying stuff I don't want you to say. So you know what? We're engaged in this game now. So and that's how the bullying, narcissistic, psychopath, that's how they work. They're like, okay, now you're engaged in the game. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to spread your name so thin that your reputation is going to be so tore up that you're not going to know what to do. And you're not going to know what to do with yourself, because you're not going to understand why people are acting like that, because you don't even know these people. But they know who you are because of what's been said. And that's how they do it. And that's how they get you in the game, because they want you to feel bad as much as possible, and without their hands getting dirty. And people can't realize that. And that's why my job, one job I was working, I was in, like I said, I was in the kitchen, and I didn't understand what was going on myself, because I was looking at them like, I don't know you from a can of paint. I don't know you. Where do you know me? But now it makes sense, because what they do is spread, and it spreads and it spreads. And unfortunately, for me, the victim, or anybody else out there, I want to say you're not alone. Like I said, this is how this works. And you're looking at them like, what's wrong with you? Like, I talked to you, everything was cool, and I saw you, now you're acting weird, and you don't know what's going on. That's because they've already told people bad things about you. Whatever they said, it's going to be bad no matter what it is. And you can't change it. And once they have a group with them, it's easy to make you look bad. And if it's one person versus a group, guess what? Your odds of winning is not good. I've looked on the documentary on the YouTube on that too. A lady said that, she's like, well, if you try to go at them from that perspective, you won't win. If somebody has a stronger hold on people, it's kind of like high school. If you have a main bully that's on top, and you're like maybe like person, you probably got 2 or 3 people that you cool with, that they could tear you apart, because it comes down to who's top notch, who's top macho up there. And it's very hard to come at that from that angle. But there could be bosses too. I'm not saying them bullying too. I want to say that too, so I get that out there because I want people to understand. Bosses bully too sometimes. So, but for my case, it was more of a group thing. A group of people that decided, hey, I want to take this guy down, and I didn't even know it. Like I said, I was trying to hang in there for the money. I didn't, I was trying to defend myself. I don't know if people are going to care about that, but like I said, I was trying to defend myself. I didn't know that kind of stuff was happening. Like I said, I probably acted. I was wilding out probably, but as a human being, we have emotions, and I wilded out because I thought I was doing, standing up for myself. I didn't know they were going to tear literally my reputation and my name to the slaughter. I didn't know that. I didn't know that we were engaged in that game. I was just trying to defend myself. Move on. You don't like me, I don't like you. Cool, let's keep moving. You know what I'm saying? No blood lost. You know what I'm saying? Let's move on. We grown people. I'm 33 years old. Come on, we ain't gotta play these kid games. You don't like me? Fine, move on. Simple. Grown stuff, not this kid stuff they got going on. I don't do that. So when I saw that, I said, okay, this is how we're gonna do this. I said, okay. All right, but it saddened me because it's like, I lost a lot of people that I was close to. I lost a lot of people. But I tell you this, out of this smear campaign, you will learn who your friends are and who are not real quickly. Because as soon as the smear campaign come on, I lost a lot of people that I thought I was cool with, and I've seen them turn their back on me very, very fast. And I'm not gonna throw no names out there because it's not worth the time. But I'm gonna say I've seen that. So in those cases, it's sad to see, like I said, and hopefully I'm getting out to people. I wish, hey, if anybody can read my videos, please get out there and watch these videos. I'm not making this stuff up. I'm telling you the truth. I live it day by day. Like I said, it's Groundhog's Day for me. Every day is the same. I just try to figure out what they're going to do to exploit me the next day. I don't know what it'll be. Most time it's pictures. That's the new thing now. Get them out to people. Usually it was just to, just watch me for what I got before, But now I guess it's time to take pictures and send them to their friends so then they can act the same way and react the same way, and then it just passes on. So, that's how that works. I just want to let people know this is the stuff you should be looking for when you go through a smear campaign, because I watched a lot of videos where they talk about it, but they don't tell you how people react. Other than this one black guy on their video, and then YouTube, shout out to him because I wish I knew his name. I don't know his name, but he did a video telling you how that works, and he's right about that. And it's weird to explain, like I said, but this is some of the tips you can look for. I want to make sure you can understand it. You know what I mean? And understand how they do it, and it's very weird, and it's actually sad they stoop this low, because whatever they think is bad about you, why they just don't let you be. But unfortunately they can't do that. They just having too much fun with this, and it's how can I break this man down, how can I make his life a living what. And unfortunately it's sad because you lose jobs and friends you close with as soon as they find out whatever it is they tell them is done. I had my last job, like I said, it took me, I was working at a warehouse, and I'm not going to say the name, but it was in Fife, and it took about almost time I went on my break. So that was about 3 or 4 hours in. I went on my break. I was talking to this girl. She was cool, as a friend. I talked to her, I talked to other guys, cool, talk to everybody. That's just me, how I roll. I'm usually a nice person to talk to. I didn't know, by the time I came back from my break, I had like about 5 or 6 people I couldn't talk to no more. It was done. And this is what the routine is. Like I said, this is a routine. I'm going to show again example, another routine, how you can tell. I was lifting up some, it was some, what was it? I think of what it was. I guess I'll give you the name of the stuff. It was an aerobic cart that, the bike carts people do. I was lifting it. And I was talking to the girl, I was talking to her. I thought everything was cool. She's like, yeah, how you doing? Yeah, she's smiling. So I'm like, cool, whatever. I'm thinking like, oh, whatever. So as soon as I started lifting, I lift the mug up. I'm lifting it. And I'm thinking everything's okay. Next minute I know, I'm looking at her, she's looking at me, and she's just, and I'm like, okay, all right, you're smiling a little hard. I'm like, hold on, we ain't talked that much. I only talked to you for like maybe 15 or 20 minutes. So why earlier early in time of the day. So I'm looking at her like, why are you smiling at me so hard? You know what I mean? You never showed me no smile before in your life. So I'm looking at her like, what's going on? So then later on, as soon as she realized I'm still looking at her, she goes like this, and this is the sign. She goes, just that sign I just told you. And right then I knew. So I had to move more bikes. So I was like, okay, I get it. You've been told whatever it is, from John or whoever's in the job who spread this crap around. So I go back, I lift the other bike up. Next thing I know, see him come around the corner, talk to the other guy, all cool, all chatty like a mug, talking to him. Everything was all good. I come through. And that's the sign. And that's how you know when they're doing it, because they do the same. It's the same routine. It's the same routine. So that's when I knew. I said, all right, well, I can't talk to this person no more. And I knew it was done. And every time I came here, and I'm looking at her like, okay, like, why are you acting like that? I was cool with you 5 minutes ago, but now whatever has been told, it was so good that you can't talk to me no more. Now, like, I just don't understand that. And then now you got a group of people doing it now. Now you got 4 or 5 people doing it. And what they're going to do is they're going to take your picture. Again, the new people that just found out, they're going to take your picture, and then what they're going to do is send it to their friends. And then they do the same thing routine over again. And then they won't talk to you. They see you, they're going to go. And they're going to pretend they don't notice you're there. Like you don't exist no more. So now that makes your job hard, because now you got to worry about people watching you 24/7 in your job. And that's what it's like every day when you get a job. That's how this works. And unfortunately, for me, like I said, for me, it sucks, because it's like, look, I'm trying to do my job, you know what I'm saying, have some friends, and, go on my way. I don't have time for all that high school drama nonsense, whatever it is, whatever's been told. You know what I'm saying? Fine, you think I'm this bad person, whatever, but let's get the job done. You know what I'm saying? You were cool with me 5 minutes ago. I come back from break. Now you're a whole different person, and I don't understand what happened. And I'm so lost. I'm so baffled by the ignorance that I just don't know what to say. But this is how this happens. And like I said, this is some examples, because I think I didn't give anybody examples last time. So I feel like I demonstrated for you so you can understand. So when you do see it, you won't be shocked. You'll be like, oh, that's what the guy was talking about on YouTube. That guy Corey, I think it was his name, You'd be like, yeah, that's what he was talking about. So you can understand how that works. Unfortunately, like I said, it's sad. It's sad and it's ridiculous, that people would do this stuff. You know what I mean? Because everybody's got to make a living. Everybody's got to survive. And just want to make sure I put that out there to show the signs, what you should look for. You know what I mean? Like I said, somebody out of place, and they're just standing there, and they have no reason to be there. And they're just standing there, and you're just looking at them, and they're standing there, and then they just be standing there and they'll do that real fast. That's when because you can't, there's no way, some people can check you out, don't get me wrong. It's very hard sometimes to tell, but most of the time when they do that right there, that's your sign. That's your sign. You already know the deal. You don't even have to think about it, because they're giving themselves away, because as soon as they see you, they make sure they turn themselves away all the way to the side. And they will look up and down. They will look on the ground. They will look at the sky. They won't be looking at nothing. I could be looking at this light up here, and they will look at it, and you can tell, look at them, they're like, why are you looking at the light? There's nothing up at that light. But they will do that, and the reason why they do that is because they don't want you, they want you to know they don't like you. And the second thing is to let you know that they know who you are, and they don't like you. And that's the sign. And they will try to sabotage you the first chance you get. So best thing to do anyway is to stay away from them. So, but it's just sad, because you can't make new friends, because this is whatever's been told. It changes the game. As soon as they hear it, it's done. It's a done deal. But I wanted to let y'all know that how the signs work, because I've seen it some thousands of times. So I know the sign when I see people. It's so obvious. It's ridiculous how obvious it is. And some days I'm sad by it, because I see it and I go, dang. It's heartbreaking sometimes, because it's looking like, man, that could have been a cool person that I had no issue with, and now because of whatever happened, it puts me at odds with this person, this random person, and every day it could be another face. It's just a new face. It's the same routine. So when you see that, you just get sad by it, because you're looking at people like, that's ridiculous, man. Come on, man. We're grown people. You know what I mean? I don't understand why we act so childish. I just don't get it. Whatever's told about me, I don't care if it's the worst thing in the world. I'm a human being. I don't believe I'm that bad person. Like I said, I got friends and family. I got loved ones. You know what I mean? I really care for people. I'm a people person. I really do, and I try my best to be a good human being. I was raised well. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand the logic. But I guess to somebody, like I said, when you see good people, I guess people have to attack that, because that's a good sign that you're a good person. And unfortunately, narcissistic people, they find that, and they don't like that, because something in them is not, they know they're not a good person, so they have to take that away from you because you are a good person. And I'm sad to see that, because it's like, as human beings, it's like, come on, you don't like somebody, move on. That's all I say to anybody, that you don't like, move on. You're grown. You don't have to ruin them. They don't do nothing to you. I mean, it's just no point in that. Or you have a disagreement, move on. Grown. You know what I mean? I have disagreements with people, before all this happened. I've never had a problem before, I'd be like, I don't like that dude. Whatever. Keep moving. We're grown. That's what grown people do. Not this childish routine where we're going to tear this person down. This is how we do it. I mean, come on. So this is a result to me doing these videos, but I guess in a way I'm glad I'm getting out there, because I always wanted to make a difference in somebody's lives, and I hope I am by doing these videos, and I hope I keep doing them, that maybe this is going to reach out to somebody, so when they do see it, they'll be like, that guy was telling it, and they'll see what's up. So that's something I had to tell you about how this works a little bit. Like I said today, I'm glad I went to the mall today, and like I said, I found that out. I had to see how they would react. I'm pretty sure I shocked a lot of people today by going out there today. I'm glad I did it. I'm proud of myself. I have family with me this time, but I've done some days where I'm at the store by myself, and I already know the routine. So I prepare myself for it. It's prepare my mind, because I already know how this is gonna work. So I just want to put that out there, and I'd love to say stuff about my art. I'm still drawing all the time. Like I said, I would love to do a children's book, any kind of art stuff. Hopefully somebody can fill me out there, and get me on something. Maybe they know something I don't know. You know what I mean? I be drawing all the time. I draw my life. I draw cartoons. I draw the comic stuff. I do a little bit of anime. Y'all hit me up on my Gmail if you can. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully somebody, cdblunt23@gmail.com, hit me up, you know what I'm saying, if you want me to throw some stuff down, and hopefully somebody gets in contact. I like to get I like people to start tuning in for these things, because it's really important. I mean, if people can tune in and watch this, even just a little bit of their time, I don't care if it's, a few minutes of their time, every day, just to watch this stuff, because I feel like I'm trying to deliver an important message, you know what I mean? And I know if you're not going through it, it's hard to understand, and I want to make sure. That's why I'm doing this stuff, these videos, because I really, really want people to understand. I really want them to get it. So if they're ever going through this, do not, I want them to understand that you're not alone, and don't commit suicide for this stuff. It's not worth it, And like I said, it's sad, and it's sad. It's epidemic, and it keeps going. And unfortunately, someone's caught in the crossfire, and I'm caught in the crossfire right now. And I'm very sad, because if they get to know me, like I said, I'm a good person. You know what I mean? That's just who I am. I feel like actually I look at myself totally the opposite sometimes, like, oh man, I'm a little rough, but then I go, no, I'm a good guy, and I really want to do what's right, in the world, and take care of, do what I got to do, you know what I mean? Take care of myself, and, live life. And I'm sad that, but I believe that at the end, this is going to be a bigger chapter, and at the end of this, I'm still going to rise. One way or another. I'm not going to let them bring me down. I'm not going to let them do this picture thing. Just keep going, I guess, because I can't stop them anyway. Only I can change is myself, and I tell others that, younger, older, it don't make no difference. I want them to let them know they're not alone, and hopefully this message reaches out to you, you know what I mean, to you people out there that really care about this, and I really think you should, because it's really important. I never, back in the day, I didn't believe in this stuff either, personally. I thought, that don't happen to nobody. Come on, that's garbage, like blah, blah, blah. And then once you experience it, you understand a lot more than what, you understand it a lot better, and you understand why people commit suicide, and I understand why they go that route. I get it now. I get it 100%. I didn't get it before. God help me, I didn't get it before. I felt bad that I was lost on that. I was not very educated. I never experienced it, so you never understand it until you go through it and you see people treat you like that. Then you understand why people do what they do and how they get to that point. 'Cause I always watch the news with kids. They get bullied. I was reading one about a kid. He got bullied, and unfortunately, the bully told him, hey, he's gonna beat him up next day, and he's gonna, he told him he should kill himself. Kid did it. It's just so much of that, what I mean, that can mess you up, mess you up in the head. And I can see why, because you get treated like that. It makes you, like, in your head, it makes you think, like, why I keep going, why I keep fighting. They're gonna dig you a hole anyway, but you gotta look past that, and that's what we tell people. You gotta get close to people that are close to you and hold on to them and keep going, because they're gonna tear you up no matter what. But you gotta keep going, and you gotta do it for you, not for anybody else, just for yourself. And I tell myself that every day I go out there, every time, because I already know the deal. As soon as they see me, I know the deal. It's the same routine. It's right here. As soon as they see me, they'll either doing something, and they're gonna move faster than they usually do. And it's the same routine, and I watch it every day, and I get sad by it, because I'm like, I don't even know you. I don't even know you, and I don't really care what you're doing. I'm just trying to survive, man. I'm trying to get my hustle on. I don't care about that junk. But unfortunately, there's people out there that really like to just do that to people, and I don't understand the message behind it. But I guess if they're trying to prove something, that's fine. But it's a waste of time, because I'm gonna do me no matter what, and I'm gonna keep fighting this fight one way or another. We're on the bell. Like I said, I ain't hear no bell. Like Rocky Balboa said, we ain't hear no bell. We're gonna keep going, and I'm gonna keep going. I'm a fighter, and I'm gonna keep fighting. There's gonna be my bad days, some good days, but I tell you this: there's gonna be light at the end of this tunnel, and I'm gonna make it at the end. So I appreciate that. And anybody want to hit me up about my art? I'm gonna try to set up an art page. Maybe get with Shantae or something, or myself, or do it myself. One or the other. I'm gonna try to set up an art page so y'all can check out my art. Hopefully people like it, and I hope I get some more views. You know what I'm saying? Because this is really important, and I wish people would come forward. You know what I mean? On these views, because this is something that I feel like people need to get and understand, and they need to come across this and really, like, take this home. To heart. You know what I mean? Really to heart. Because I'm sad to see people go through this, So hopefully, I can get more views, because please, people, I really would love to hear people talk. Hit me up, please. Anything, you know what I mean? I'll dedicate my time, as much time as I can. As much as you put out there, I'll try to put into it. And I know I'm gonna have some good views and some bad views, but hopefully they're more positive, because I feel like this is important, and I wouldn't be doing this if it was not important. I wouldn't waste my time. I'd be like, whatever. I'm going my way. But I think this is very important, and I'm glad I'm getting it out there. And hopefully, like I said, I hope I save some lives out there. I'm praying to God I save some lives, because I value everybody's life just like I value my own. And I want everybody to do good, and I want them to be happy, and live their life. I don't want them dealing with stuff like this, because like I said, this is bad, and it's not healthy. Not at all. And I don't like it at all. I miss my life before all this. Like I said, I miss some of the stuff I was doing before all this. I had a lot of stuff, but like I said, I can't let them stop me. I got to keep going. I got to get back on that horse. You know what I'm saying? And keep going. I'm gonna let them do what they do, and I'm gonna do what I do. So like I said, hopefully I made a difference. And like I said, please, hit me up on this site. You know what I'm saying? If you ever going through this stuff, please just hit me up. I will always listen. And I would like to listen to anybody that has a story, because I feel like everybody's story is important just as mine is. I'm no better or no different than anybody else. I'm an average Smo like everybody else, and I want to make a difference. I really do. And all my life, I always wanted to make a difference. I didn't think it would be like this, personally. I thought it would be, personally, be honest with you, just being honest, I would have liked to have been a role model, like in the gym or something. But I think this is my calling. I really do. I feel like this is it. And hopefully, like I said, I can get it out there, and hopefully y'all understand, so you can see some of the signs. So at least you can say I show you some of those signs. That's all. And if you want to see some more signs and hear more about my what happened and more of that, please, hit me up on here, And I'd love to talk to anybody about it. You know what I mean? Because it's real, and like I said, it's a real thing. And I didn't, like I said, I didn't believe back in the day, and I do now, and I want people to understand it, because it's hard to convince people, because it's so undercover that nobody thinks about it like that. Nobody thinks that's possible, but it is. It is possible, and I don't think it's nothing you should fear, but I feel like you should be aware of, because if you're more aware and more educated, the more you can handle it. Because if you're not educated, you don't know what's going on. This can really like tear you apart. And I feel like if you're not aware, like I said, it can tear you apart. Like I said, I have good days and bad days, but it can really like mess with your mind a little bit, because it makes you rethink everything, that and what you see, because you've seen it a certain way, and then now it's totally a different light than you saw before. You know what I mean? And it makes you look at people differently than you did before. So it's a whole different, like I said, it's a page turner. That's why I look at it. But like I said, hopefully you don't have to go through this, and I'm hopefully, like I said, I hope I'm making a difference out there. And if I can do anything, touch anybody, and reach out, and help them, I would love to. And please, please hit comments, please review, please check this out. I say it again, I keep saying this because I really want some views, and I really want people to reach out, because reaching out to me, at least I can understand, you understanding what I'm saying, and I love people to reach out as much people as I can. This is very important, and like I said, I don't do this for fun. Like I said, don't do this for fun. I do it because I think it's necessary, and I think it needs to get out. And I'm sad that it's going down like this. It's sad that a grown man has to do this stuff. Now, I'm too old for this stuff, but I guess this is where we go. This is where we're at. Like I said, this is probably my calling. So hopefully God puts things, makes things happen for a reason, and there's always good and bad, but everything happens for a reason, one way or another, whether it's good or bad. And I always believe that with all my heart. So I believe this happened for a reason. I didn't know what it was, but maybe this is my calling. So, if anybody wants to, ask me about anything about this, how narcissists work, what kind of narcissists, like I said, there's all different types too. I'll probably get into that next time we're on here, so people can understand. But there's other narcissist people too. They got, like I said, they got the Hoover, you got the convert, you got regular, just narcissistic people, just regular. So, but you got a lot of them, out there, different ones, and why they do what they do. And I'd like to go over anybody, have any questions about that. I can tell you what's going on and how it happened. And I'm just, like I said, I'm saddened by it, because, like I said, I lost a lot of people that I had no issue with, that I was cool with, that I known for, for a long time, years. Working at a grocery store, I knew, and I lost a lot of those people, because of some stuff, some gossip, unfortunately. So, I'm sad by that, because, you know people for years, and then you see that and you're just like, okay, this is how you're going to act. And I'm sad because it's like, me for so long. Come on, you know me. And to see that, how quick it turns. Like I said, you find out who your real friends are. Like I said, you'll find out what's real and what's not real. And you'll see how they change so fastly, instead of trying to, maybe that's not the real deal. What's going on here? Or try to figure out why are they coming at that angle, what's going on. Or at least come to me and be like, hey, what's up with that, man? Corey, I heard, man. What's up, G? What's up with you, man? You all right? Something like that. That's real talk. But not just, okay, stay away from that guy. I ain't contacting him. I see him, I'm running. I see him at a gas station, I'm staying away from him. I see him in the store, I don't know nothing about him. Or trying to, kiss up to you for a little bit, for 5 minutes, just to get out your face. One of the two, I don't know which one it is, but this is some of the ones that happen. So, like I said, hopefully, like I said, this video does a lot, and please view this stuff. I really do hope you do these videos. Like I said, I'm not doing it for fun, again, for my third time. I am not doing it for that. I'm doing it because it's necessary, and people should be aware of bullying. And like I said, there's other types, but mine, like I said, was a group. Unfortunately, I had a work job that just did not like me. And no matter what I did, they were not going to like me anyway. And like I said, this is, when it comes to narcissistic people, it's not going to make no difference. They're going to do what they're going to do. So I hope you appreciate my talk. I hope I didn't, bore some people, because I know sometimes you travel and, people get to the point. I'm trying to get to the point, because I like to get to the point too when I'm reading these things. If I don't, I'll just fast forward through the whole darn thing. That's just who I am. So hopefully this has really helped, I hope, because it helps me getting out there. It makes me feel a little better, because I feel like I'm making a difference in somebody's life. And if there's one person I can save by this video, I'm blessed. I'm just blessed. I feel like I've saved myself, and I've saved other people with me, because you went on this journey with me, and you can understand what I'm saying. And I say thank you for your time, and hopefully, like I said, y'all check out my art, on another subject, Like I said, I draw all kinds of things. Like I told you, anime, the comics, cartoon, etc. But please, if anybody can get at me about some art stuff, I love art too, and I would love to get my name out there if I could. And I would love to do some, some books, what I'm saying? Make some money, And hopefully, if I'm not as good as you think, at least I could come up with some stuff to make it to the point where you're like, that dude's tight, And I think I'm pretty good. So what I do. So and I think I'm good. So y'all be the judge of that. So thank you for your time, and please just keep checking my Instagram and keep reading my pages. I really, like I said, get somebody, please keep reading them, because I feel like it makes me feel better, and I feel like if I can reach out, like I said, to one person, please watch it. All right. This is CD Documentaries signing out. Corey Blunt, holding it down as always. Doing what I do. Tomorrow's another day. It'll be Groundhog's Day again for me, because it's all the same. It don't matter what I do. So I'm gonna be me, and I'm gonna have fun with life. And I hope you do the same.